Have cancer, you swallow hard, your heart pounds, your mind wanders, and tears form. ABC 2 News' Roosevelt Leftwich with a woman who put up her dukes to fight but got a punch in the stomach when she learned the truth. Rosie.
Well, Jamie, just hearing the phrase "you have cancer" had Verona Davis wondering if she died, who would take care of her son. But she heard another phrase just a few months later after enduring chemotherapy: "We can't find any cancer." It was a small comfort after months of fear and pain.
They called me from GBMC and said, "I have lymphoma cancer."
It's a diagnosis that you don't ever want to hear: cancer. But what most folks don't realize is that the disease doesn't just end lives, it changes them.
That fast, within one day, my whole world just changed from, being sick to have cancer to start getting set up to see the oncology doctor and stuff like that.
For the next few months, Verona Douglas says her days were filled with pain. She began chemotherapy on December 6th, and Douglas says every day it felt like her very bones were on fire.
I'm calling the doctor by this time. She's not picking up the phone, she's not answering. It's her nurse, Sandy. And I remember I said, "Sandy, my mouth is on fire. Somebody help me, I have to come in."
Over the course of treatment, Douglas says her fingernails turned black and her hair fell out, and she had a tube inserted in her chest for chemo drugs. By January, Douglas says she became so sick from her chemo, her boyfriend took her to Sinai Hospital. At this point, they were not happy with their treatment from the doctor in GBMC and transferred her cancer care to Sinai. And there, she and her family got some even more startling news.
The run test of the original biopsy, there is nothing. No cancer haven't showed up, and this is two pathology from specialists, and they see nothing. She gave me the paperwork confirming they sees nothing.
The Sinai diagnosis was also backed up by pathologists from the National Institutes of Health and also from Johns Hopkins. At this point, Douglas and her boyfriend say they don't know what they're going to do. The bills they've accrued are in the thousands of dollars, and Douglas's illness has cost her job, and now her home could enter into foreclosure. They're broke, and all because of what she says was a misdiagnosis.
I'm devastated. My whole family is devastated. And then I couldn't go back to work because now I'm in foreclosure because my bills piling up on me. Nothing. I mean, I'm just lost for words.
In a statement released today, a GBMC spokesman says it is not GBMC's practice to comment on specific patients' conditions or treatment. But the spokesman goes on to say, quote, "In making a diagnosis, GBMC of physicians rely upon various studies, laboratory reports, pathology results, clinical assessments, and tests." The statement goes on to say that although there may be times when clinicians may disagree on interpretation of studies, GBMC physicians use their best judgment in putting together all of the information and follow nationally recognized guidelines to develop a patient-specific treatment plan based on the best information available at the time. Now, Schwartzberg also adds that GBMC has received numerous awards for its cancer treatment and outcomes for patients. In the meantime, Douglas says she is seeking the advice of a lawyer. Roosevelt Leftwich, ABC 2 News.
Well, it's